We have met all kinds of tractor collectors from all kinds of places around the country, but it's not often you meet a guy who has collected a tractor that has the exact same name as his own hometown. And Mark Kleiss from Springfield, Illinois, you've collected a Springfield tractor.
Yes, that's correct. 1966. It's a 6-horse Briggs motor. It's called the TME6, and that TME stands for Tractor Mower Electric Start. They're made by Quick Manufacturing out of Springfield, Ohio, and in 1966, Toro bought them out. So the 66 I have is the last year of production under the Springfield name.
So Springfield, Illinois is where you're from. You've got a Springfield tractor, and it was built in Springfield, Ohio. That's a whole lot of Springfields going on. But tell me what you think they got right when they were building these tractors back in the 50s and 60s.
This is a 66, and what they really did, it's a basic garden tractor. And it's got a 3-speed gear drive. They're reliable. They had the 6-horse Briggs motor. They were primarily mowers, and some people used blades with them to push out stalls in the cow farms and stuff like that. They're small, so they were kind of handy for that. But they're a nice tractor. They ride well. They're just not the fastest. But that goes with the age.
Yeah, they don't have a road gear, really.
No, kind of like me. Getting up there, and I don't move as fast as I used to either.
Well, the Springfield's restored. You're not quite restored, are you?
No, I'm not quite there yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully you won't have to get there. But tell me, you have collected more than a few Springfields, haven't you?
Yes, I have. From 61 to 66, they had the steering wheel. Prior to that, they had a steering bar. And myself and a friend of mine, Marvin Steinbaker, we are partners on part of these Springfields. It is our goal to restore all the steering wheel styles in that 6-horse, and we've just about done it.
And what is it other than your hometown that drew you to these tractors?
Just the simplicity, and they're just a neat little tractor. You look at them and the shape of them, and they're kind of rare. You don't see them every day. So that's kind of why I just like neat tractors, garden tractors, all different brands. They're all good in their own way, and I love the hobby.
Now, they built them for a number of years. How did the style and the colors change over time?
Originally, they were a red and white color combination from 61 to 64. In 65, they went to an orange and white with a fiberglass seat fender combination. The prior ones had metal seats and metal fenders on the early red ones.
So a few little changes. Do you think they did some things to try to make it more comfortable or easier for the user?
The padding on the seat's a little better, but they're basically about the same ride. Driving radius, power.
And when you come to a garden tractor show like this one right here, the Garden Tractor Extravaganza, do you see very many Springfields?
Not a lot, no. Which is kind of one of the interesting things we decided to start restoring these, because you just don't see them.
Why do you think it's important to hold on to that history, to look back to the 1950s, the 1960s, when garden tractors were built just a little bit different, maybe a little bit sturdier?
I think that today we need to preserve history and let people know where we've been so they can know where we need to go. And when these things disappear, nobody knows if they ever existed. Nobody appreciates the engineering and the hard work that went into designing them, because they didn't have computer CAD programs. They had square rules and math, and that's how they engineered things. It's quite a feat in its own way when you look at it that way.
Yeah, you have the information about how this one was built and all the different parts and everything, don't you?
Yes, I do. I have the original manual that came with it, and it's very good. I've worked on it myself, and the manual really is an aid.
So you think they did some pretty good work in terms of design for 40, 50 years ago?
Yes, because it's still here today. If it wasn't any good, it probably wouldn't have survived this long. But they're heavy duty, metal, and they got a solid engine in the Briggs, and they're a nice little tractor.
Nice little tractor. What's the feeling when you're driving the Springfield?
It takes you back a few years. Try to think, people actually using these to mow, and, with the blade, you could push snow or whatever you needed to do. Yeah, it takes you back a little bit to the old farm days.
And you think the Springfield, looking as good as it does today, going to be winning some fans as we keep going forward into the future?
Let's hope. We're just trying to preserve history here and let people see what these companies built. Because these were American companies that were in competition at a time when there was a lot of competition in the garden tractor market. And they all need to be remembered.
All right, Mark, thanks so much for sharing the story of your tractor.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mark Kleiss from Springfield, Illinois, having a good time driving his Springfield tractor. Hey, thanks for catching Classic Tractor Fever. If you'd like to see more great garden tractors, be sure to check out these other features. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep those Classic Tractor stories rolling.